So I was gonna wait until this Sunday to give the results for WWE's Fastlane, but then after I heard what happened involving Samoa Joe, I just couldn't wait. I needed to tell everyone what happened. So for those who don't know, Samoa Joe has left TNA. Yes, you heard me right, folks. Samoa Joe is now a free agent. He is no longer part of TNA. And all I have to say is it's about damn time that Samoa Joe has left TNA. I mean, Joe's career since he started in TNA, I won't lie, it was awesome. I mean, Samoa Joe was undefeated for a year. He won multiple championship titles. He's had amazing matches with Kurt Angle, AJ, Daniels, and others. And he became the world champion in a great storyline that was built up right. And his title reign was pretty good. The only problem is Joe's career, for me, started to take a little bit of a nosedive since he was since 2010, I believe. I think it was around after Bound for Glory where his career started to get started to go down. I mean, he had that stupid rivalry with Jeff Jarrett in that submission MMA stupid bullshit storyline, and Joe could have left the company during that year when his contract was expiring in December, but Joe decided, you know what, I'm going to stay with TNA for 5 more years, and that's what he did. He stayed with TNA for 5 more years. 2011 was a horrible time for Joe. He won the television championship and the tag team championship, but that was it. That was the last time Joe ever won a title. I think he won the X Division title, but I think that was short-lived as well. But yeah, Samoa Joe's career, it just wasn't the same anymore. It just felt like they didn't have any use for him, but they kept him around because he was still very popular with the fans. And that's a shame to waste such great talent if you're just milking him for his popularity. But now that Joe is done, he announced on his Twitter that that he's done with, that he left TNA, that he parted ways with them. After 10 years of being with them, he parted ways with them and is now a free agent, which is great for Samoa Joe. So, but the question is WWE going to bring Joe to the company? Are they going to bring him in? That's a bit of a tough call. I mean, Samoa Joe, it's no secret he's not young anymore. I think he's around 35 years old, and I don't know how much left Joe can have. I mean, granted, I would love to see Samoa Joe in WWE, but I don't know. I think it would be better if he did come, but joins NXT instead. I mean, in the main roster, I don't know, but in NXT, I can see that happening. See, here's the thing: not a lot of fans know about Samoa Joe. Not a lot of them know about Ring of Honor. Why is that? It's because some of these new young fans don't know anything about some of these other wrestlers that appeared years ago and were very popular and were, wrestlers that people wanted to bring over to their organizations. Some of them came from Ring of Honor, and some of them had accomplished a lot in Japan and Mexico before coming to Ring of Honor, and a lot of people wanted to bring them to their company. And that was something that it was not very hard to see because these talents were very awesome, they were great, and they were used well. Some of them, at least, who came over to WWE. But lately, not a lot of fans know about some of these other talents. I mean, TNA, ever since 2009, its popularity began to descend along with some of their talents as well, who just weren't as popular as they were years ago. So Samoa Joe, if he did come to the WWE but is pushed into the main roster, I can't see him getting any kind of a standing. I mean, I could see him getting a good standing ovation, but after a while, I can't see him doing very well, especially if they try, changing some of his stuff that he is well known to use in the ring, some of his moves, his character a little bit. But I can see him going to NXT and actually doing well there. I can actually see that. Why? Because NXT has some of the best talents, and there is no limit to these guys and gals. They can do what they can do in the ring. The fans will get behind them, And the fans of NXT know who these talents are and will give them a great standing ovation. I mean, Samoa Joe, I have no doubt, if he did come to the main roster, would not get much of any opportunity, especially how things have been going. But if he goes to NXT, I can see him doing well there. I can see him maybe helping these young guys, helping them get over. And who knows, maybe even help get NXT to become its own show, a 2-hour show on TV. That would be awesome to see. And he could have some great matches. I wouldn't mind seeing him go up against Sami Zayn, Adrian Neville, Finn Balor, Hideo Itami, Kevin Owens. Oh my God! If they could bring Joe in, put him against Kevin Owens 1-on-1, doesn't have to win the championship, but if they put them against each other in a title match, if done right, if the build-up is done well between these two, and there is some chemistry that they can do well in the ring, then, my friends, I guarantee you that would be one hell of an awesome match. But again, it's up to WWE. Triple H has done a good job bringing in some of these young talents and just doing something that Dixie Carter is not doing. So, would Joe consider going to WWE? I think he would. I think if they give him a lot of money and he is given some opportunities there, I can see him doing well there. Not right away, because remember, he has to wait 90 days because of this whole there's a thing in the contract where any wrestlers that leave TNA or WWE have to wait 90 days before they can actually wrestle in these other promotions. The same thing happened to Alberto Del Rio. He couldn't compete when he went to Mexico. He had to wait 90 days. When he finally did, he was able to compete and won their championship there. Hell, he's even competing in Ring of Honor, even though he said, I will never wrestle on American soil again. And yet he's wrestling in Ring of Honor. What does that say? But as far as I'm concerned, if Samoa Joe ever does come to WWE, I say put him in NXT and let's see what happens. But that's just my opinion. I don't know if anybody else thinks that he should come to WWE or should do what AJ Styles is doing, just wrestle in Ring of Honor in Japan and make more money there. It's up to Joe and it's up to WWE to see what they will do to bring him in or if they will not. I don't know. It's up to them. If you guys have a different opinion about Samoa Joe's release from TNA, and if you think it's about time or whatever you think about this, leave some comments below. Let me know what you think. Take care, everybody. I will see you all Sunday when I provide the results of the pay-per-view. Take care.